Well, hi, everybody, and welcome to this week's Facebook Live. I'm Joe Van Doren, and I help parents bring out the best in their kids so that they can see them grow up to be safe, healthy, successful, and happy. So let me begin today with first with asking a question. How many of you right now struggle with talking to your children about the character traits that you would like to see them show, that you'd like to see them show all the time? Not just some of the time, right? So maybe you've been trying to talk to them about different character traits. Maybe you've tried to talk to them about kindness or another virtue, and sometimes you may have even found yourself getting upset with them when they're not showing their best selves, when nothing that you say or nothing that you're doing is seeming to work. If that's you, if that's happened to you, then you're going to love this short training. At the end of this training, I'm going to give you an invite to sign up for a free copy of the list of virtues and the 5 strategies of the virtues to learn even more about bringing out the best in your children. And I'll give you details on that later. But for now, let's get started. My goal for these lives is to give all of you what we call just right parents some talking points that you could have with your children no matter their age. So during the month of April, I thought we'd talk about kindness, since it's a virtue that we know is important in life. As you're opening up the conversation at home, maybe you might try doing this at dinner time or right before bed. It only takes a few minutes. 5 or 6 minutes is probably the max that you need to do. Remember, though, that this is not a time to be giving a lecture. It's not a time to be like going into what you think. Just engage your child in what does kindness look like in a couple of different areas. And you may have to make some suggestions to kind of get the conversation started, or you may decide that you want to talk about kindness in school one night, or kindness at home another night, and kindness in the community another night. The thing is to make it a theme, make it something that's important to you and your family, and touch on consistently over the next couple of weeks. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to define kindness and what it would look like in 3 different areas of our life. So kindness is a virtue that we all want for ourselves and for our children. So we'll ask them, just simply ask your child, what is kindness? I mean, how would you define it? What does it look like? And when you're talking to them, start it off that way, but then you might also, at the end, you might also say, ask the same question, because just to see if anything has changed for them, if they maybe got a little tweak in their way that they looked at it. And so for me, kindness is all about being good to those that cross our path in life, whether that's people or animals or situations or even the earth itself. So when I think of kindness, I imagine showing care for the welfare of others as much as I care about myself, and doing it without expecting anything in return. It's a way of copying what the universe does for us already. You know, the universe gives us air to breathe, and it doesn't ask anything in return. It's just there. And so that's how I would like to feel that I'm practicing this these acts of kindness. We know that as parents, that if our children grow up with this virtue as a core virtue of their life, that they're going to benefit, and so will everyone that crosses their path, everyone that comes in contact with them. In fact, some people have even said that kindness is the greatest method of self-defense known to man. So what does it look like in day-to-day life? So begin with just asking your child to tell you what they know about kindness. Define it. Tell me what it looks like. But then we're going to get a little more detailed. And so now we're going to ask them, you know, what does kindness look like at home? You know, so when I think about that at home, I think about other virtues like helpfulness, caring, courtesy, even responsibility. When we help each other with household chores, we're showing kindness. When we speak to each other with courteous words, we're showing kindness. We're honoring the value of each other. So for your family, what does kindness look like? Inside the home, what does it look like? And so that's the discussion, and you're going to add some to it, but really try and bring it out with the kids. The second part of it is kindness at school. And so, again, we would just ask them, who do you, or how do you show kindness at school? And how about with your teachers? What could you do for your teachers that would be kind? It's not always like bringing them a gift. It might be helping them clean something up, or carrying something for them, or in some other way being helpful. How are you going to be kind to other students in your classroom? Do you look for that person who is eating lunch by themselves and invite them to be with you or play with you? When you're doing projects, do you find ways to work together with others? That's all ways of showing kindness. Then we have kindness in the community, and kindness in the community is, can be as simple as a smile when walking down the sidewalk. It could be helping out a neighbor, picking up trash. It could be any kind of thing like that. So it could even be appreciation for the animals by feeding the birds in the wintertime. There's so many different ways of showing kindness in all aspects of our life. However, if we sometimes find ourselves so busy with life itself and sometimes absorbed in the world that's wrapped around us that we really need to be very purposeful about our practice. From a parent's point of view, when we purposefully speak about kindness, when we purposefully role model it and invite our kids to participate with us in kind acts, what we're doing is building in them the desire and practice of thinking kindness, and not just it being just an act. We're helping them to learn to look for ways to help others. So that's my thoughts of this week. If you enjoyed this video, then I invite you to click on the link above and sign up for your free copy of the of the virtues and the 5 strategies of the Virtues Project. This download will give you a list of 52 virtues that you are viewed by cultures all over the world as being very important, and also the strategies that are described how to use them with your family. And I'm also the host of a Facebook group called Just Right Parenting. It's not too hard, not too soft, and I'll leave a link up above there so that you can click on that and join instantly. Thanks for watching. Next week I'll be going live again on Tuesday at 2 p.m. to talk about looking for opportunities to do random acts of kindness. Thanks, everybody.